Zach, how you feeling, man?
Doing good, bro. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. Yeah, that was a Muay Thai battle for a minute there.
Yeah, he kind of out Muay Thai'd me, dude. I was thinking in my head, I was like, dude, I got this Thai tattoo on my back, and I feel like I had the perfect strategy, though. I was blocking the elbows with my head. So just bam, bam. I figured he'd get tired eventually. And but yeah, good fight. I mean, I hope the fans enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun for as long as it lasted. Were you hurt with any of those elbows?
No, he kind of knocked the air out of me in one of the body shots, but no, none of the elbows were really. I got a big head, man, so I feel like I was absorbing it pretty well.
Talk to us about taking this fight on short notice. What were you doing? You said that you just had finished sparring Sean. What was like the thought process?
Yeah, so I came out here. I was thinking I was going to fight around January. So I'd been in Vegas for a couple weeks, training at Extreme Couture. And then Tuesday morning, sparred 5 rounds, last 3 with Sean. And, those are never easy. And I was pretty gassed by the end of it. And then I was eating pizza for dinner, and, Jason messaged me, and he was like, hey, you want to fight? And just ruined my pizza. Instantly, I took the pizza, threw it in the trash. And Jackson was nice enough to take it at a catch weight. But, yeah, I was stoked, man. As a lot of fighters do, man, we have our kind of like the way we like to peak and train at the end of camp. And for me, it's a lot based on heart rate. So I just kind of had to skip all that. And but I'm glad I took the opportunity. And it's stuff like this that excites me, man. So.
Well, what was the game plan for 10 days notice?
4 days notice, bro.
4 days notice.
4 days notice.
I'm sorry about that.
Man, my plan was just to finish them and not gas out. I'd been training, but like I said, I just didn't really get to peak at the right moment. So.
Now that if you've had a little bit of time, overall, how do you feel about your performance? Obviously that Muay Thai wasn't the best, but I mean, you went out there, you outdogged him, and you beat him.
Yeah, I mean, initially, honestly, I'm kind of bummed out with the performance. You guys, like my pre-UFC, and I've had a fight in the UFC where I was finishing guys in like less than a minute. But yeah, I'm not disappointed that we got to have like a little dog fight in there, dude. I really liked it. Jackson, we're like the same size, so it was cool to like feel that visceral, and yeah, it's the stuff that gets me excited, man. There's literally like nothing else like this. The rush is just top of the world.
That's funny because I was going to ask you about that. You kind of mentioned it, but like, yeah, you were finishing guys in like 30 seconds, a minute, and now in your UFC career, you've gone 3 rounds. You're going in the second round. Like, I guess does it give you like? Do you like? I don't know how to ask this. Like, obviously, you get paid by get paid by the minute, right? So, but does it give you like? Is positive that you can go 2 rounds, 3 rounds, and not just a 1-round fighter?
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's like getting your what do they call it? Your sea legs, like as a pirate, right? Like you're not getting because before I got to the UFC, I think all the fights was like 7 minutes or something for like 5 fights. So yeah, it feels good to get in there, get my feet wet, and yeah, just that was I hope that fight for the fans. It felt like the Just Bleed guy, where he's like, yeah, that's kind of what it felt like for me. So yeah, man, love this shit.
Absolutely. And I just want to ask you about obviously Noche, Texas guy. How like disappointing, how deflating was that to not be able to fight in Texas?
Yeah, that was like the ultimate weirdest fight, the UFC Noche. I feel bad for Cedricus. I kicked him in the nuts, man. But yeah, weird fight because he never really got punched. You did all that. Super anticlimactic, man. Yeah, it was disappointing, but I bounced back from it mentally. Just it is what it is, man. When
would you like to return?
I don't know. We'll see how I heal up. But I'm looking maybe January, dude. January would be cool. It'd be cool to get on the same card with Sean Strickland whenever he does fight. It'd be cool to kind of go through fight week and kind of prep with him. So, I'm disappointed that I'm cut in the face, because I would have. I still have my Airbnb for like 2 weeks here in Vegas, so I wanted to go right back to training, but it is what it is.
Congrats, man.
Thanks, Alex.
I'm sure it'll be cooler after the fact when you have that moment at the very beginning of the fight where you're both sort of clinched up, just throwing elbows at each other. But in that moment when it's happening, do you have time to think like, wow, this position sucks? Or do you think, wow, this is kind of wild and fun that we're in this position?
Yeah, honestly, I try not to brawl, dude, but it's just in me. You know what I mean? It's in me to just, Like I always say, dude, I hear like the Linkin Park playing in my head, dude, and I'm just like ready to punch some drywall. And yeah, I don't know. I love it, dude. I mean, this stuff, I'm so grateful I get to do this. And I think like 800 years ago, I'd be like swinging a sword at somebody. But damn, this is like a pretty cool line of work.
Yeah. And unfortunately, in that first round, you also took a low blow as well. Sometimes it seems like fighters rush back into a fight rather than give themselves the space to actually make sure that they're 100%. Is there any point in that when you're trying to give yourself some time to kind of recover that you say like, oh, should I go back? Or do you have to keep yourself on track to say, how good am I? Am I fully clear? I mean, what's the thought process?
Yeah, my thought process is, I got 2 kids and I want 1 more. So, I got 2 balls still. So it's not emergency crisis on the protection of the nuts. But, yeah, I mean, I think guys rush it. They get whatever. I mean, there's no crowd really at the Apex. It's small. But, man, you can't – I'm stubborn as shit. You can't rush me to nothing, so –
And I know this was a short notice fight. You probably weren't preparing from it after the way that Dumas fight ended. But right after that fight, were you itching to get back in here? Were you kind of making your name known to the UFC staff? Like, hey, if something pops up, let me get a call.
I did, and they offered me a short notice fight, but I ended up getting a super bad staph infection on my finger of all places. They always say, don't put your finger where... No, I'm not even going to make the joke. Not even going to make the joke. But, yeah, I ended up with like a super... And, man, I've had plenty of staph infections. But the finger had me worried because my hand swelled up and then my elbow started hurting. And I started feeling it in my shoulder. So I actually took the antibiotic. I actually listened to the doctor and took my antibiotics. So, yeah, it took some recovering from. And that's kind of what delayed my trip out here to Vegas, too. And so really I was only back in the swing of things for about 3 weeks.
And like you said, you've had it before. Was that maybe the scariest instance of when it happening, just for the fact of how it was spreading like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Usually, man, I'm a straight G with it. Like, I don't even take Advil or Tylenol. Yeah, the swelling, it had me a little worried. I prayed on it. And I was like, Lord, hear me out. I was like, I do not want to lose my hand. I would be a shitty pirate. I was like, please, Jesus, I need my hand. So, but it worked out.
Yeah. Great performance.
Thank you, sir.
Congrats on the win. That was pretty much a hockey fight without the pads. That was phenomenal, brutal, violent. There was that kind of unfortunate stop to the action with that low blow. Just curious, a lot of guys don't want to take that 5 minutes. Is that like an honor thing, like a pride thing? What?
Man, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know how long I took, maybe 3 minutes, maybe around there. Right around 3 minutes, yeah. I mean, I would take the whole 5, dude. If your nuts are hurting, dude, like, take you a breather, man, or, Yeah, I would definitely. I mean, I think, guys, it's just the crowd. They get kind of antsy. It's a lot of the pressure. But like I said, you can ask my wife. I'm stubborn. You cannot rush me to do nothing. So
It makes sense, man. I get it. The inside game was just beautiful. Like the way you guys were just fighting. Props to both. It takes 2 to tango. But the body shots, the elbows, knees, up, everything. What was the talks between rounds to take it to the mat where you absolutely dominated? Don't get me wrong. It would be awesome to see 15 minutes of that. But on the mat, you were just A-game, man, and you dominated.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when I took him down in the first round, I was like, okay. You can just tell with grappling, man. You feel guys, and you're like, okay, I have a grappling advantage here. And, I knew I was going to have the grappling advantage. Yeah, I thought, at the least I was going to be able to control it, but I definitely wanted to finish, dude, and I'm glad I got it.
You did. It was easy peasy. That's my last question, actually. Walk me through that finish, the way you're able to just kind of bring him into your world, and it was a completely different fight.
Yeah, I think that's probably like the highest percentage finish in MMA if you look at it. I have a lot of teammates, we talk about that, about, getting up. A lot of guys get choked out trying to get up, and sometimes it's better to maybe, half guard, retention, and working. My coach Adam, he's big on like dog guard and getting up like in a safer way. There's risks to that too, but yeah, it's I train, like, that's a big thing we do with the Extreme Couture guys. We do a lot of like back take stuff. We start out grappling in that position a lot, so I felt really good once we got to it.
Absolutely. It paid dividends. Hopefully you even get a bonus. Why not?
Well, I hope so, man. Them kids are expensive. I really want to take my kids to Disney World. That's something we've been working on for a while. So yeah, a bonus would be great if they feel like we earned it.
That's what's up, man. Don't do the Disney World in the holidays. It's crazy expensive right now.
Yeah, no. The kids are too young, but man, my parents used to take me out of school to go to Disney World, and yeah, that's probably why I failed college algebra twice. So it is what it is.
But you're a winner in the UFC, so it doesn't even matter.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Ricky Bobby, if you ain't first, you're last. All right, guys. Thank y'all so much.